Gentlemen, how's it going? I hope all is well on the other side of the screen. On today's video, I'm going to talk about shaving. Yep, that's what I said, shaving. And yes, I still do shave on a pretty regular basis. Even though I got this, I still find it necessary to shave. So with that said, let's get into it. Alright guys, so like I said in the intro, I'm going to talk about shaving today. And yes, I do shave. I shave about 3 or 4 times a week. The fourth one is usually more of an as needed. But I am on a pretty regular shaving schedule, and you'll see why, because I take my time with shaving. I really do enjoy shaving. I wet shave with a double edge razor. Okay, that's the method I use now. And I'll go through everything else that we're going to need here in the process, or at least this is what I do. So with that being said, hope you enjoy, and I'm just going to start getting into what I do. Okay, so like first thing I use, or I have, is a double edge safety razor. Okay, this one has a Shark blade in it. It's a brand of blade. One of my favorite blades that I like to use. The next thing that I like to use is this is a shave oil. I put this together myself. I'll have this on a later video on how I did that. But it's a shave oil. This is not a pre-shave or a post-shave. I use this as a shave oil. I use it in the beginning, and I use it at the end in place of an aftershave. And as I stated in the video I made about just growing a beard, how oil helps moisturize your skin. That's what this does. It helps prep the skin, and then it helps also just moisturize it afterwards. And I will say, I suffered from a lot of irritation from other shaving methods I used to do. I really don't have any irritation anymore because I use this method of utilizing the oil the way I do. And then because it is wet shave, it is, we go ahead and I use a soap and a brush to get my lather and my shave cream going. You'll notice when I do this, I don't put it on very thick. I don't really have a lot to do, but I like cleaning it up this way, like I said, because it is such a nice, it's a nice shave, it's a close shave, and like I said, I really enjoy the process. First thing you're going to do is you want to get your brush wet with some really hot, I use hot water on mine. I just let the water saturate into it here a little bit. Get that going. First thing is you are going to need a couple other things. I do recommend I use a wash rag, and then I also just have a towel. You'll see how I use it. I'm going to start here with the wash rag. I'm just going to get this wet with some really hot water. Obviously do something that's comfortable. You don't want to, some people can stand hot water, others can't, but the hot water here is to just help get, kind of repeat what a shower would do. Normally I do this after I take a shower, but like right when I get out, I'll do this as part of my morning routine, but I'm doing this now, so. Alright guys, and thanks to the magic of editing, you didn't have to wait the whole time for that, but like I said, give yourself a minute or two, just make sure your skin feels consistently warm just after putting it on there. Like I said, it should feel close to how you feel when you get out of the shower. So, now the next step that I have here is, this comes with my shave oil, eyedropper. I like this delivery method. You really have a lot of control over it. With this, I can probably put like that whole dose. I'll put that in my hand because this is going to go on my neck where I shave. And you just you're just getting the skin prepped. That's all you're doing. You're not, trying to get anything rubbed in there. But when you're done, you should definitely feel like you've got some oil on your skin. It should be pretty consistent. Okay. And then you can see here there's still a little bit left over. I'm just going to take that little bit more, get it going in my hands again, and I am going to put it up here on my cheeks. It's pretty light on the cheeks. The cheeks really don't take too much. It's just to have a consistent shave or performance from the blade. That's why I do this more than anything. The oil is really going to help my neck here. It's actually already started moisturizing my neck. The hair is kind of getting moisturized. Same effect beard oil has, just on this very short stubble. Okay, so oil's done. Okay. Alright, so now the oil's going to have about a minute to sit after you kind of washed your hands and everything. You don't need oil all over your hands as you're doing this. So your water should be hot out of the tap, or if you got some hot water set aside, either way. You want to get grab your brush if you got one, and you have the hot water get into it. Okay. You know, let that take on some water, kind of grab onto the moisture there. Okay, and I don't let mine get soaked, you know, where it's dripping. I just got enough here. Grab your soap and dish, and you just start swirling around in here. Okay, and I'm not going to use as much as some other guys do. The guys that like, you know, where they're shaving their whole face, they're gonna use a lot more. It's going to be a little heavier. Like I said, mine's not. Okay, so I got a little bit going in here, and then I just put it on. And one reason I also do it a little thinner is that way I can pay attention to my neckline, so I don't get into my beard as I'm shaving. And I'm just going to get a little bit more gathered up here, and I just lightly go over my cheeks. Again, that oil is going to help. That oil I put on there is going to help do some work. Like I said, I do this more just for consistency, and you'll see as I shave, the stuff on my cheeks is going to kind of get even thinner. It's going to disappear a little bit. So at this point, I'm just going to I usually rinse my brush out. I got my razor. I change my blade out once a week. The blades are so affordable, you can do that. It's crazy. You can buy a good blade. You can buy almost a 2-year supply for 10 or 12 bucks. I mean, it's crazy. That's 100 blades, by the way. All right, so you wet your blade. I wet my blade down a little bit, and I'll just start. So here's a trick when it comes to the Adam's apple. You swallow, and as your neck becomes flat, that's when you can go over that spot, and that'll keep you from nicking yourself. So, and sometimes if you have a steady enough hand, or you know your blade and everything, then you'll be in good shape. You probably won't nick yourself, but if you find yourself doing that, try that. Try swallowing and get it right as your neck goes flat. And then I just use one side, so I'll use this side here for the rest of my neck, and I'll flip it over and do the other side. And I'm being mindful of my neckline. And like I said, doesn't take me too long to do this. This is just a good little bit of maintenance here. Okay, so I got that side of my neck done. I get the other side. I switch sides of the blade now. Again, just be real mindful of your neckline. That's why you don't put the lather on too thick. That's why I don't put the lather on too thick. Okay. Rinse your blade. All right. And then now I'm going to do up here on my cheeks. Now I'm fortunate enough, I do have a pretty natural cheek line when it comes to my beard. So I just kind of cruise right above that with my blade, and I'm good. And as you can tell, you know, not much editing has gone on in this video. You can still see little remnants of the shave cream, but there's oil still on the skin, and that's what's going to protect the skin from getting any irritation from the blade. So I just take real short strokes. And you can make funny faces at yourself, but okay, get that cleaned up. All right, and just clear it out a little bit. See, I'm good with that. I'm gonna do the other side here. And all right, I feel good with that. Now, the way my beard is shaped, I have these other spots right here on my lip, or underneath there. And this doesn't take much because it's just real fine stuff that grows there, but I still like to clean it up. So what I do here, again, I gotta make a funny face, but I'll stick my tongue down in there, in that between my gum and lip there, to make that solid, so that I can get a better shave out of that. So, Alright, you can see I cleaned it up. Okay. Right. And rinse your blade off. Getting that rag that you use to warm up your face. I would turn your water to kind of like a lukewarm. Nothing. You don't need it really hot. You don't even need it. I don't even need it that cold. I just do enough to. Like I said, this has helped me. You guys, if you have different methods, I'm not saying this is foolproof, but I've suffered from a lot of irritation here on my neck years ago, and this is just something I came up with from learning about different methods of shaving. Those of you who might be a little more informed than others might recognize certain things here. Basically, I've kind of combined things I know from oil shaving and things from wet shaving, and I've combined them together here. That's what I've done for myself, and it works. Like I said, don't really get much irritation. So again, just wipe your face off. It's all clean. And then you got a towel. Get it dry. Okay, and you'll see we're pretty clean now. All right. So now again, this is where I use the oil. Now at this point, you can. So I'll get the oil, and again, I'm not going to use that much here. I'm going to probably put like, I don't know if you can see. That's not that much. That might be close to a dime's size right there, and I'm just going to, that wasn't quite enough. So I'm going to put a little bit more in. I could already feel it wasn't quite enough, but so now I got a decent amount in my hand, and I'm just gonna lightly go back over it again. You'll still feel as you're putting the oil on, you're gonna feel that there's still a little bit left after you shaved, which is good. That's what you want. Again, just get that in there, and just a little bit on the cheeks again. Nothing much, a little bit. If you got this kind of pattern like I got, where it's right here, just get a little bit right there. That part of your face is gonna be shiny for a little bit, but it will go away over time. So if you're on your way to work, or this is something you can do in the evening and you're good for the next day, either way you'll be fine. But I know the lights are showing that it's pretty shiny with the camera and all, but it's not. Yes, I know I got oil on. There's a little shine, but like I said, it will fade in an hour or two. It won't be as apparent, just because your skin will take it and it'll just kind of go away on its own, or kind of saturate wherever it needs to. But that's my shaving method, guys. That's how I shave. I'm gonna build off of this on some other videos and topics. But again, hey, appreciate you looking at it and watching this and sharing your time with me. Leave any questions or comments. I love reading them, and be awesome to each other. Have a great week.